Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome on this beautiful Saturday Night Live. Let's go, baby. Let's go. What a beautiful day it is to be alive. May God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and jumping on in. We love you. We care about you. We appreciate you. And without you, we would have no live stream. Thank you for each and every one of you showing up every single live and making it happen the way you do. God, each and every one of you, God bless you all. Thank you so much for the love. Moving forward, thank you to the channel sponsors. Shout out to iTrust Capital. Shout out to BANGX, banging on to the upside. We appreciate you. Shout out to my mom and dad who made me. Irene, and Jimmy, Finn, and Daisy as they went by in their later years, And God bless each and every one of you for jumping on in. And we see a little bit more liquidity to the upside than to the downside right here. We're looking at BOOKMAP when we open it up and take a look at a heat map or to book, which has helped us many a time. It does say we're going to flood into 45,000 before anything else. However, there is this big red zone down the 38K too. It's hard to tell. I'll be honest. If you had to make a stone cold call, I would have to say we go lower. But you know what? It's kind of any man's game here to the upside or to the downside. Right now, it does suggest we go lower. It's darker red below us. So if I have to make a call, it's lower below us than it is above us. This is a heat map order book like an infrared goggle. More people, more red. So the more orders, the redder this thing will be. That's just something to think about, all right? Shout out to iTrust Capital, all right? Get yourself into a Roth IRA or IRA today. You could move your IRA and you could trade cryptocurrencies and gold and silver in the same exact place. Tax-free. Tax-free. iTrust Capital, an amazing place. Check them out. Hit the link or the QR code in the corner of the screen there. We love you. We appreciate you. And, yeah. Another thing I do have to say, this is not financial advice. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. We'd like to get real close and personal with you guys and girls, everyone out there. So this is the Saturday night. I'm not going to. This is the live stream of live streams. Shout out to everybody here. Follow me on Twitter. I'd greatly appreciate it. At CryptoLifer33. And I still can't believe that we won Best TA, Best Technical Analysis of 2023 against some of the biggest channels in the game. An amazing experience. Shout out to each and every one of you. Shout out to Christopher Inks. What a nice guy. And he knows what he's talking about when it comes to the chats. Shout out to everybody here. 23,008. Can we get to 25K on Twitter followers? Jump on in. And hearing this dude say my name.
You thought better of it, so I'm going to mail it to it. But let's have a big round of applause for Crypto Lifer Sam Price.
Yeah, Lifer.
It would have been amazing to come on stage, say a little something, inspire the crowd in Vegas, baby. But, when you hear your name in another state, like thousands of miles away, blessings on blessings. So I never, thank you, dear Lord. Prayers on prayers for that. I just, hey, my career is moving up. People know who I am. It's pretty cool to know. And I really appreciate it. Recognition is all we ever ask for. It's all humans want. More than money, more than fame. Recognition for what you do. You can be famous for something. Like something can happen to you, you get famous for. You know what I mean? Some people are famous for the wrong reasons. But to have recognition for something that you've put your life into, that you really put your all into, and for people to recognize that idea, to me, that is key. So that's kind of the one thing that I gotta mention. Everyone, I want to see, is there a, am I spot on with the audio right now? I just want to make sure the audio is spot on. Let me take a look at the chat here and pop it out. Let me pop and lock with the chat in each and every one of you. We're looking at Bitcoin right now. It's struggling on a Saturday night with low volume, as expected, but we'll take a look. We'll deep dive what's happening. I see a super chat already. Bang, bang, bang. Spot on. Sounds good. You're on point. Audio is good. Sounds great. Yeah. But is it lined up? Is it synced up perfectly? Or is it off sync? That's what I want to know. Do you feel like when I talk, it's coming, or is it coming a little late? Watching from Melbourne, Australia. God bless Sam and all who are here, man. God bless you. That's such a nice thing to do. To bless everybody that's here, Thank you for all you do, Lifer. I'm loving the newsletter. Very valuable. Do you see any major red flags on NOIA and the fundamentals of the coin? Let's take a look at it. That's a great question, and that gives me a task to tackle, so I appreciate that. We were live already this morning, breaking down Bitcoin, talking about what I saw happening in the charts, having fun. I wore this shirt for the first time. Didn't have the vest on. Decided to put the vest on. Did not put the tie on today. Okay? Wanted to live a little bit on a Saturday night, you know, not be as formal as I normally am. So we started, everything was going well. We got the pump, you know, lackluster. Looks like the highest we got to on this wick was about, you know, 42,687, maybe 700. That was about it. We couldn't get the follow through. The 1 hour time frame just wasn't going to give us the love. But what happened was the 1 hour reset without making a lower low. That's a good sign that we're going to start getting tighter inside the zone, right? I'm getting rid of this measured move, but the measured move to the upside there is 45.9. But we'll talk about all that in a little while. We'll break it down. We'll get back to kind of where we're at. So we didn't get the breakout. We hit a resistance and we didn't get the breakout. I bought the kids 2 drones and now they're playing with them upstairs. So I thought they would have fun with them, man. They came just in time, right? I love when I buy something on a whim in the middle of the night. I forget I even buy it. And then the package comes. I'm like, what is this? And it was a good idea, you know? I'm like a little kid, you know? I don't care. My wife's always like, you did that? And really, you think that was a good idea? And I'm like, yeah, it was a great idea. And, you know, I'm like, it's like the quintessential, like the man acts like a little kid and the wife always wonders why we still act like a little kid. And because we think it's funny. You know what I mean? We think we're still immature. We think little kid stuff is still funny to us, right? I mean, am I the only one? Am I the only one? What is up with that? Like, you know, it gets made. It's like a movie thing. You see it in the movies, but it's true. Any husbands out here feel like you're always like in the doghouse with the kids, and the wife's looking at you all like shaking your head like, and like the wife's like, it's you and the kids. You know what I mean? Me and my daughter are here. Shout out to the United States. I love you. I'm a kid still. You ain't alone. I got random action figures, man. Shout out to GF Burke, man. We love you, man. I still like Legos, man. I don't care. I'm 40 years old. I'll play with Legos till I'm like 80 years old. No overspend on my daughter on the time. LOL. I don't know how to act my age. It's my first time being 40. I love it, man. What's the name of the site that shows the crypto transactions in animation that was open? Fiat Leak. Why don't you leak that fiat all over the floor? Fiat Leak, baby. Fiat Leak. Leaking that fiat. And Filecoin getting the bigger move to the upside, 17%. I mean, someone was on Filecoin yesterday saying they were all over Filecoin. Good move. Nice call. Nice take on Filecoin. I bought Wednesday's shift from Target so girls can laugh. Funny. Love your channel, man. Thanks for coming on a Saturday night. Shout out to Jason Nowicki. We love you, and we appreciate you. Shout out to Jamal Antonio. We just did Christmas Legos. Oh, that's so cool. What does that mean, we just did Christmas Legos? Like you did them? How do you do the Lego? No, I'm just joking around, but how do you sit around and you all build Legos together? Or do you buy Legos and swap them together and build? Or do you and your girlfriend always build like a Lego Christmas set that you buy some each year and then you add to it? What are your views on RWA, especially trade? You know, trade's hot right now. And I already have a setup for trade right now. Poly trade, it could really do numbers. You know what I mean? It could do numbers. Lego these ornaments. Yeah, and he said RWA is real world assets. You know what I mean? Real world assets. Do you think BONK will come back? God bless. I mean, it's huge. It got whenever something hits the big exchanges. Remember when Pepe hit Binance? It was over. You know what I mean? So BONK hit the big boys, and then, you know, that's kind of what happens. Wish that was my house in the middle of Fiat League map. Yeah, just getting bombarded with crypto. You got to jump out, you know. Samo, somebody asked. Samo's continuing to pump. Had a nice pump, though. You know, the memes had their run. We're going to look for a new narrative coming up in the next few weeks, you know. BB could have a drone to deliver messages to you on the live. I know, right? I'm a kid still. You ain't alone. Shout out to Jamie Zeno in the house. We love you, Jamie. And Jamie, I think that's your 5th day straight with a joke. You're on a streak, Jamie. You're on a streak. Hey, I ain't get no respect over here, huh? You know what's coming, huh? My wife said, huh? How come you never take me someplace I've never been, huh? You know, so I took it to the kitchen, huh? Hey. Hey. That one always hits if you know what I mean? The thing about it is, all you have to do is get the laugh and the drum roll at the right time. So watch this. I got a pigeon. His name's Tommy. Okay. He walks funny. He's only got one leg. You got to do it right. You know what I mean? The other day I saw him call a taxi. I swear to God, he put his hand up. He said, hey, come on, over here. And so, like, you know what I mean? Hey, you could say whatever you want as long as that hit comes right, you know, and that's how the subconscious mind is timed. It's time to laugh at certain things. So, like, I could say it right now, like, hey, I got a brown hat on, you know, but hey, look at my brown hat over here. And you just see it, it makes you want to laugh. It's the same, you know, it's weird. You know, you can see how well we are programmed as human beings, you know. I always try to talk about that, right? And on Saturday night, I like to do my 2 impressions, my Peter impression and my Marky Wahlberg. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up your butt. Yeah, everyone, we're going to leave Meg at the gas station. Everyone close the doors quietly and walk away. Hey, my name's Peter Griffin, and I love Quahog and everybody in it. When I read about crypto or learn about crypto, I watch the Crypto Lifer. That's right. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, me and the boys, we always hanging out in Quahog watching Crypto Lifer. I like Dogecoin. The doggy coins get me going. You know, BONK was hitting it. Who wasn't trading BONK? I was trading BONK all night, drinking beer. Hey. And then I do my Marky Wahlberg, you know, the old Marky. Hey, everyone, it doesn't matter. I played a cop. I played a fireman. It doesn't matter. I played a sniper. I can do anything. Babe, I can take us to the top, babe. I know we're sitting in the shack right now in a one-room motel, but we can make it all the way to the Four Seasons, babe. I can take us to the top. I know Tommy put all his money in FTX, and I begged him not to. I said, Tommy, why don't you get in the gala with me and The Rock? It's going to be so much better. But he didn't listen. He went all the way in, and he lost it all. It doesn't matter, though. Okay? He's going to make it back just like we're going to make it back, honey. It doesn't matter. Marky Wahlberg, flying to the moon. I'm a peacock. Let me fly, baby. I was Dirk Diggler. It was this big. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. Thank you for jumping on in on a Saturday night. 577 people on the live, 215 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. $50 in chat revenue. You got to do something when Bitcoin's flat and not doing what you needed to be doing, you know. But, you know, at the same time, we have a cup and handle here, and we have a bit of a cup and handle here. See? We have, like, this is almost a microcosm of this. You see? And you got this double bottom, you know, and you've been just kind of slowly getting tighter inside the zone all day. And right now, we're finally oversold with the 1 hour ready to push to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a nice push out of this falling wedge further to the upside for Bitcoin and just squeeze a little bit of the short. So I'm looking for this push up tonight. When I show up tomorrow morning for the update, we're going to be somewhere in this circle, super tight. Let's actually let's make the official box. And if you're new here, what I do is I actually put a box where I believe price action will be when I show up tomorrow. And I'll be back within 8 hours because I'm usually up, you know, even 10 hours, 8 a.m., something like that. So I believe we're going to, you know, what the charts convey to me, we'll be somewhere in this green box right here for Bitcoin. All right. Chance that we do a bearish retest and we fall to the downside. Take a look at our 15 minutes, you know, looking interesting. It's in the middle. The 7 minute doesn't look too good. Looks like we could kind of continue on down. What we don't want to see is we don't want to break this level. And it would be great if the 1 hour can get back above the 200 SMA. See how we got rejected by the 200? And I live, you know, I trade by the 200 SMA over and over again. It's my one thing that I stick to and that I'm on all the time. All right? Yeah. You know, my 9-year-old daughter knows Santa isn't real. And she doesn't, I think she might tell kids sometimes. I tell her not to tell certain kids because I don't want her to break kids' hearts. And she's good about it. But every once in a while, she's like, I'm with her, like, and we'll be in the store and there'll be an advertisement or something. And one of her friends, like, I was in the store with one of her friends one day, like, I took them somewhere and the kid's like, you know, Santa got me that and Santa's going to get me that. And then she'll turn to me and she'll be like, doesn't she understand? Like, one person can't travel the globe like that. Like, it just doesn't make any logical sense. You know? And she's like, you know, like, let's be honest, Dad. And I'm like, I know, babe. I know. She's like, I mean, she's like, we can just, you know, we can dream all we want, but like, it's a sleigh in the goal. We know how big the world is. She's like, I flew with you one time to Los Angeles. It took us 6 hours. She's like, Santa doesn't even have a plane. She's like, so how is he going to go as fast as we did? We were in a plane, you know? I asked her, I'm like, why is Bitcoin better than the bank? And she's like, because the bank, like, you never really know where your money is. She's like, they have your money and they could do whatever they want with your money. She's like, with Bitcoin, you own the money. You have access to the money. She's like, and you always have it. It's yours. And I was like, wow, that's like amazing. Look, shoulder, head, bit of a right shoulder here for a move to the upside. Shoulder, head, bit of a right shoulder for a move to the upside. I've been waiting for this right shoulder all weekend. All weekend long, I've been waiting for this price action as we started to forge ahead. Ever since we had this bounce and everyone said we were going down, I found the hidden bullish divergence on the daily that suggested we will make a high above this high on the bigger time frames. Okay? So the sauce has been lit. Any sufficiently advanced technology appears like magic. Jamie, I just want to profess my undying love to you on the live stream. You are my heterosexual life partner. Okay? I want to be with you through thick and thin, through death do us part, through sadness and happiness, through sickness and in health, through times of ups, through times of downs. All right. And Jamie, it's me and you till the end of time. All right. Amen. Glad I have earbuds in. LOL. Shout out to GF Burke. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Crypto Billy, we love you, man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Saw you, T, teaching your daughter the charts. Triangles. Yep. Amen. Shout out to David Kendall, everybody here. Jamie just said that happened. That happened, yeah. Hey. Shout out to the 628 people on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Keep hitting that like button. Let's pump us up on a Saturday night. We still got some gems to find. We got some things to talk about. It's not over till it's over. And there's some hotness going on right now. See, there's always going to be a trend. There's always going to be some hotness. So we're looking for the 1 hour to break to the upside for Bitcoin. Nothing too crazy. Want to make sure the trend line holds, which it has all day. And finally got from high to low stochastics without giving off too much, which is a pretty good sign. I do see this is, let me zoom in here. Kind of see shoulder, head, and a right shoulder, but it dwindled off and more made a falling wedge. And so I'm looking for this falling wedge to break to the upside. We do have resistance locally at 42,367. We must get back above this key level at 42,685. You even say this like that top level right there, that was our high of the day, to remain bullish. But right now, Bitcoin is just consolidating inside a symmetrical. They're 50-50 patterns. They break up or down. You take the base, of the triangle here, from here to here, and that's really what you're going to get. If you break out, it tells you you're getting somewhere to about 47,000. And then if you hold control, you can grab a piece of that and just swing it down. And if you break it down, it gives you somewhere about 38,000. We would probably spill down to 37,000. So it's 47K or it's 37K. How funny is that? These, most of the time, in my mind, they're 50-50 patterns. They could do either thing, but most of the time, they break to the downside. So it says, so the most likely scenario for my years of trading is we go to 38,000. Will that happen? We'll take it one step at a time. But right now, that's what I have to feed you through my life. And again, the data could be off right now. That could be the one time where, but that's what we're looking at, right? STORJ is getting close to overtaking Filecoin on the 24-hour mark. Unbelievable. STORJ getting the move to the upside. AVAX getting ready for a possible bounce from 4260 back again on the 45. See how it came up, came back down? Still inside the falling wedge. Could also be making like a new pattern like so. It'd be great if it consolidates back above this key level of support and resistance here at 4150. Doesn't go below it, consolidates, and gets its leg. I see 58 coming for AVAX. It's only a matter of time. Solana also headed for 80. It may be at it already. I wouldn't be surprised. Where did the high go? Yeah, it hit 79.56. You know it was coming for Solana. And still, look, getting ready for a possible bigger parabolic move for Solana. You see this? I'm looking at 131.31 as my next big target to go for. Like we went from 20 to here, we went from there. It's gearing up, and it's going to consolidate nicely, and then likely boom up for another bigger move. It's being used, and it has utility in all use cases. People want to build on it. People want to use it. People want to migrate their chains off of other chains onto it. They're like, hey, why would I use Ethereum when I can use Solana? It's faster, it's quicker. I'll benefit from it. So let's talk about NEAR. I got into NEAR and became a NEAR guy. I don't know what we call ourselves, NEARians, NEAR peeps. But you could say this is kind of the flag NEAR's in. Oh, actually, There it goes. Broke out. You know, bigger move just locally is just this, and then the bigger one is the one I have there. And you want, you know, you'd love to see both of these move out. 320 would be my next target for near. And it used this previous resistance as support and working its way up. Once it breaks above here and retests 260, it's gone to 320, you know. But near looking interesting to me as well. Just want to say thank you. You're a remarkable teacher. Shout out to Smalls. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for saying that. And we thank all the people that I've helped throughout the world and everyone that comes back and says it. It means the world to me. Shout out to the fan funding here. Let's take a look at what's happening in the fan funding. This is full up. $54 in chat revenue. Hayun with the $20. You are amazing. Thank you so much. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me today. God bless you. Tori for the $2 super chat. You're the best. Jamie, Bitcoin, please. You're funny, Jamie. I think, Jamie, again. Jamie just wants to, you know, he wanted the love. You know, you could tell he wanted me to profess my love to him today. He was coming for it. Thanks for all you do, Lifer 100. I'm loving the newsletter. Very valuable. You know, the newsletter is out of control. Every Saturday, get an amazing newsletter. And then every Monday, get something to blow your mind. So, and let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. I want to discuss it. I want to break it down. I want to make it happen, baby. Audio is spot on, Lifa. You bet your sweet buns. Shout out to everybody here. Your cinnamon buns. Of course, I wouldn't be, you know, let's be honest here. That's just not. 40, 41, 42. Really? I don't know what happened there. Oh, we put too much in there. Yeah. 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 We gotta just put join, see that might work. Yeah, there we go. Maintain, maintain. Maintain. So you could join the Crypto Lifer at cryptolifer.com. All right. I just want to go over the pin right here. And this is where you could join the trading group, jump on in, get the knowledge that you deserve, get the education you deserve. Some people come in for a year. Some people come in for a few months. Some people come forever. It all depends on what you want, but we have what you need to propel you to the next level. We really do. We've taken so many beginner traders and gotten them to the next level. I know I can do it for you. I've done it for so many. Okay? So number one. Number two, MAXC is just the place to be. You know, you can sell yourself short and trade somewhere else if you like. But you're going to be overpaying. You're going to be paying high fees. And you're not going to have the access to demo trading like you have in MAXC. Look at spot right here. Buy crypto, right? Futures. Look at the demo trading here. And learn how to trade. You know, without using real money. Understand how to make an order. Go through the process. You know, find yourself a strategy with fake money before you actually trade. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube that likes to show you kind of what I'm doing. And I love teaching. I love education. I love going over technical analysis. I think technical analysis is such an amazing thing that everyone could benefit from and it could change your life. So MAXC is the place to be. This is the place that I trade. This is where I would find low cap gems. This is where I can have access to low cap gems you can't really get anywhere else. MAXC, check them out, maxc.com. Just check them out. Take a look, you know, QR code or the link right there inside the comment section. Bang, bang, bang. Also, I Trust Capital. You gotta love I Trust Capital. I Trust Capital really is the place to be. Why do I like Trust Capital? Because, interesting. Says that link doesn't work for whatever reason. Anyway, now a little bit. Anyway, I really like I Trust Capital. The reason why is because when I first got into I Trust Capital and I learned about them, I was like, all right, they probably have like Bitcoin and Ethereum. You know what I mean? But when I found out that they had markets like that, I never, you know, like they had Shiba Inu, like I couldn't believe that. You know, Polkadot, Chainlink, and they had access to some of the coins that you just never thought. You know, Cosmos, Uniswap, Hedera Hashgraph. So you could really take advantage of some of these low cap gems that, you know, like sand was $7. I see that making it back probably to 7, 10, maybe even $12 in this next big rally. So you're looking at what, a 6x right there for sand. No, actually, I'm so sorry, a 20x, right? If it goes to $10, you're looking at, you know, it goes to $5, you're looking at a 10x. It goes to, you know, $10. You're looking at a 20x for sand right there. And I think it can do it. I believe it really can. But again, I'm not a financial advisor, but you can also move from precious metals to cryptocurrencies all inside the same account, tax-free. So I trust capital, the place to be. Anyway, Bitcoin struggling. I really don't want to see it lose 42,000. It loses 42K. We're going to make a drop back down and attempt to, you know, mess with this bottom here at 41.5. We lose 41.5. We're dropping further down to 40,650. Am I long or am I shorting right now? That long, it's done with for me. When we got to the 600 level, that was a pretty good long. It was from about 43,960, from 41,960 to 42,600. And it really the best move you could get out of the weekend so far for Bitcoin, you know, and we took advantage of that. So kind of a, you know, lackluster month. Everyone's waiting on the sidelines a few days before Christmas. You know, everyone says Santa rally and all this stuff. I feel like we already kind of had a pretty preemptive Santa rally. And in my mind, usually by now, the market starts just to kind of cool off. And then it gets ready for its next big... Right now, it prepares for its big run the first 2 weeks of January. Like, for me, it's getting ready for another big run, you know. YGG had a nice pump to the upside, a coin we were looking at on and off, too, as well. ICP just continued to rip faces off. We went over it this morning, and I gave a setup for it, and that setup hit for Keynes. So a shout out to anyone that jumped on in and saw what we saw. But if you were watching this morning, I drew this, and I said, man, this thing could pop again. I said the target for me would be 1156, and you press play. It went exactly to the target and then was gone. It wicked up a little more, right to 1199.90, but sold that target right there and off to the races. It may go back again here as it's retesting this level, but it's very high as it's been getting propped up to the upside. But we gave you this call on the live stream this morning before it pumped. And so, you know, even if some people are like, oh, I want to join the trading group, do you give us any, like, are there any, like, you know, is there any, like, example, or do you get like a free month or something? And I'm always like, just keep showing up to the live stream. Like, we already give you like enough on the live stream. You know, a lot of people are like, yo, I learned so much from you on the live, and then I joined the trading group after I already made a boatload. And that's the point. That's what we want. You know, that's what we want to hear. That's what we aspire for. So shout out to everyone here on the live. We appreciate you, we love you, and we care about you. All right. I want to talk about something. I want to make a poll here. All right. If you had to pick one, right? If you had to pick one ecosystem and only one, which would it be? So if you had to pick one ecosystem, all right, and put an E there, Sam. If you had to pick one ecosystem and only one, which would it be? All right. Would it be AVAX? Right? Would it be Solana? Or would it be MATIC? Otherwise known as Polygon. And let me know. I really want to see what people say here. If you had to pick one ecosystem and only one, which would it be? AVAX, Solana, or MATIC? Let me know. Break it down for me. Boogie, 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 boogie down. Let me know in the comment section. All right. And can anyone bring me some water? Marco? So sorry, man. Thanks, man. Just a big glass of water. So funny. I have like guests staying over. I'm asking them to bring me water. So rude, man. Like, that's the lifer way, right? Could I have a bit of water, please? Just a bit of water for me. So Doge chain pumped a little bit. Shiba Inu made, look, shoulder, head, right shoulder out of a tighter channel to the upside. SHIB getting the pump to the upside. It's been an amazing time. You know, we called the nice pump to the upside there for, watching that pump really was nice on ICP. Not my favorite coin. Not a lot of people's favorite coin. No one really cares about it, honestly, to be honest. Except for the diehard ICP people that feel like they got shafted from day one. But could it come back? There's a possibility, you know. STORJ continues to rip and take, you know, God bless you. Thank you so much. STORJ continues to rip and melt faces. I'll talk about when I put out STORJ and why, you know. I like the coin number one. I've traded it on and off for 2 years, right? And I just saw it in this wedge. I took the length of the pole. It told me it can get to 111. And there it is. It went to 108. You know, it's up right now. Huge. Pumped out of a smaller flag. Go to the smaller time frame. Look, the inverted head and shoulder. And you just make these little flags, you see? Make sure you're touching the 21-day moving average and you have low stochastics. And look, it's a bit of a cup and handle, too. It's Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. And this is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because it's all about these cups with these little handles. You get these straight up, you get just green candles that just skyrocket. Low stochastics, boom. This thing is probably going to continue. The 1 hour says it continues to the upside. I look for a flag, a stronger flag on the 5. The 1 minute and the 30 second are pretty straggly, you know. When the AXLR continues to rip, remember we talked about this one back in, you know, this thing just doesn't stop. Just does not stop. You know, it's a monster coin that just continues to rip to the upside. AXLR. Remember when we first found it? KOK has been on my radar for a pullback coin. You know, it's back at the 706. Everyone likes a little KOK. You know, what? Say it out loud in front of the mirror. Just pronounce it. What does it say if you pronounce the word? What? Everyone likes a little KOK. No. So not everybody actually, you know, not everyone should. But what? It's KOK, man. What are you talking about? So this coin low back in 786, we traded it way back in the day, like before the crash even. And so it's interesting, it's fun. It's coming back to a 786. I'm not saying buy in right now. I'm just watching it. Once it starts its retracement, I like to catch a smaller flag. I jumped into AIPA a while back, and I've just been holding ever since to see kind of how big it can get. And so far, it's been going well. I jumped in somewhere around here, and it just keeps continuing to go to the upside. I didn't put a lot in, but it's pretty nice. PCP is something that, you know, I missed a bigger entry on, and I just feel like if it's time to get in, the time is getting pretty close. Sitting at 33 right now, lowest retracement since it went all the way to 57. Will it ever get even lower than that? It may not. Previous resistance is acting as support. I'd love to see it come all the way back down further. But, you know, I believe this coin can 50x even from where it's at now. And it's got a gaming coin with a lower cap. It can do numbers. It has a community. People like it. Enough YouTubers talk about it. It's on the list of people just, you know. And PCP Plays app could really do numbers. So I watch it a lot. We first talked about it down here, if you remember correctly. Someone gave it to us on the live. It went from 7 to 58 cents. It did a 6x. So we've seen so many coins do numbers watching this live stream. This live stream has really, we've done a lot. Shout out to the 732 people on the live, 319 likes, $69.49 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. All right. But yeah, I'm just serving it up hot every single day here, constantly. Like Injective was hot. We talked about Injective when it was 178, ran it up to 7. I mean, that coin, you know, then I gave the call to 16 before it even happened. Now it's at 32. It just, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Doesn't stop. Yeah, it's been amazing. It has. Hasn't been an amazing Saturday for trading. Little lackluster, some micro caps, mostly sideways, not a lot going on. People are, you know, out getting Christmas presents. People are out getting their last minute, you know, stuff together for Christmas, really. You know, tomorrow I'm having another event for my mom. See, my mom lived in an island off the coast of Massachusetts, but she also grew up in Boston. So we had, you know, a small event at her house for the people in Massachusetts, you know, in the island she lived in. And then tomorrow we have an event in Boston, you know, where people can kind of, you know, that knew her, that worked with her, that, you know, see her obituary in the paper and may want to pay their respects. So that's going to be tomorrow from 3 to 6. So my family's here visiting and staying with me too as well, which is awesome. Super excited for that. My sisters are with me. So everyone just arrived literally like an hour ago. And then I'm like, oh, I got a live stream. But they understand the show must go on. It is what it is, right? Talked about Ironfish before, you know, and my team put out this flag for you guys as well. We went over it on the weekly screen share because it was a hot coin. you know, Token Metrics put out a coin, 15 coins hot to 100x. Even if they don't, I mean, the coins were hot, number one, spot on. But number two, they were speculative enough to get a buzz, right? And when that video comes out, enough people buzzed about it, and then boom. And that's why I love speculative trading, because like I want to see where the narrative is taking other people. And wherever the narrative takes other people, that's where we can cash in. And you know, I don't know if people understand that or not. I don't know if people because to understand full speculative trading is kind of it's like you have to really understand. You have to be able to believe in something and not even believe in it, though. You have to believe that other people will believe in it. Take advantage of their belief, even though, and the less you believe, the better, because you won't get caught up, like, you know, falling in love. So look, here come the liquidations for Bitcoin, and we're losing a key level. You know, we can't get, if we don't get back. I keep saying, if we can't get back above 42,006, if we can't get back above these key levels, expect more downside. You know, I wanted that falling wedge to break out, but the 3-hour looks horrible right now. See that? Wants to dump to the downside. The 4-hour curving back down too as well. And it's okay. It's not the worst in the world. We could just be making a higher, like, you know, a higher low here in the trend. Just coming down a little bit more. But wow, everything just 2 hours just looks horrible. When there's a bear flag on a smaller time frame, you kind of had an M pattern here. You know, you lost the point of control on the 5-minute. But just watch out for scammy price action on the weekends too. You know, you can feel when the market's tight and iffy. You can just feel it. You really can. Right. We also did see that BOOKMAP had liquidity further to the downside. At the end of the day, if we had to make a last minute call, I would say lower, because there's just more liquidity down here. At the same time, I mean, there's liquidity on either side, I'll be honest, and there's a lot of red on either end. This is just the biggest batch of red, and it's so close. Right. And this could even just be a quick liquidation. They bring us right back up, you know, just to get people kind of, just be careful trading on the weekends. Don't fall in love with this price action right now. All we really need is things to kind of go well on the daily candle. But let's take a look at our daily candle. We just closed about an hour ago. So the daily candle opened at 41,945. And if you look at it, you go to every candle, you have open, O, H, L, and C. Open, high, low, and close. You see that's changing all the time. A lot of people don't even realize that, right? So if I sit on a candle, it's going to tell me the open, the high, low, and the close. So today we're going to look at that. We opened at 41,945. The high was 42,691 and 60 cents. The low was 41,651 and 87 cents. And the candle would close at 42,260 and 70 cents, up 316 bucks and 65 cents, up 0.75%. Really a flat, you know, up 300 bucks on the day. But at least we weren't down. It was a green candle. We do see some wicks to the upside. We'll see where this candle closes. We like to make sure that it doesn't close lower than that wick, you know. The one good thing is that we're hanging out with the 21-day moving average on the daily, and we're oversold. Another good thing that I keep mentioning is we have this swing to the upside while this swung to the downside. We do have what's called hidden bullish divergence. That's swinging down, that's swinging up. It tells us that we will break a high above this high. So it says without doubt, like 95%, 99% chance through the TA that we are going to break this high before we break this low. So it's saying it's more likely that we break 44.7 than we make a low below 39.8. That's what hidden bullish divergence really is telling us. It doesn't tell you when to buy. It doesn't tell you when to sell. It's not like an indicator exactly like do this right now. What it does tell you, though, is that 2-3 weeks from now, if you close your eyes and blink and look back, you're going to see that you are higher than this high. You know, how it happens exactly, no one will know, but that's what's likely going to happen. Okay. STX is looking bullish to me too. As long as Bitcoin kind of plays games and stays right, or Bitcoin doesn't, as long as Bitcoin doesn't play games, but as long as Bitcoin kind of does its thing, STX is getting ready, and it's on KuCoin and MX Global, and there's a move coming, right? Alex Labs pumping, and remember, STX pumps, Alex Lab pumps, Ordi pumps. Why? In Sats, it's Unisats. It's you know, go to unisats.io, figure this stuff out. You know, get your Unisats wallet up and running. Check out what's happening. Break it down. All right. See if my wallet actually works. Every time I do this, I can never get into the wallet. I never know if it gets in or not. It says connect. I gotta find my little book, and sometimes I go all the way. I'm like, I want to know, because I always say I'm gonna go log in, and then I don't log in. You know. Then I see I got all my passphrases down. Man, I'm usually way better about this, dude. You're like, sure you are, Sam. You've done it twice now. Lost my hero wallet somehow. So there it is. I mean, that's, yeah. I would have sworn this is what it was, but. I don't know. I'll have to figure out another time. And see, the thing is, it gets in, but then it doesn't get in, you know. Let's see if I can do my X verse. This should be the X verse wall. Wow. So I got nothing. Oh my God. I swear I got into these and I redid them too. That's so weird. I see the X verse and it's telling me. Okay, so okay, that's why. That should work. Okay. There we go. And someone sent me like an NFT, remember? I made this ordinal a long time ago. Yeah, I got this right here. This inscription. And I made this ordinal back in the day. Back in the day. When ordinals like first came out. Like about a year ago. I love that. Anyway. Okay, so maybe this is the same then. Let me see if I did this the same way on Unisats. Did that log in? How come it doesn't show me if it logs in? It just disappears. Anyway, I have to make another Unisat, but I have EMPX though on my Unisat wallet. That's the thing though. Or it was on my X first. No, it was on my X first wall, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on my X first. No, I don't even know. And can you even find a token? So crazy. I am not, well, you know, I get ordinals and I could do them, but I don't do them every day, as you can clearly see, you know. But I had an Xverse wallet. Come on, now I'm obsessed. I'm like, I have to get into this Unisat wallet. Like, why is it? It could only been one of two things. I don't understand. That's not it. It will just disappear too. It won't even let me in. So weird. Anyway, I'll figure it out again. Dang. My Unisat wallet, I'm on Unisat. I did write down the seed phrase though, so I have the seed phrase. But dang. Man. Yeah. Super chats, NOIA, XYO, BONK, NEXA. Wow, you guys are just hitting me hard right now. Let's take a look at NOIA and XYO. And someone said, is there anything you see about the tokenomics that doesn't sit right with you? Well, let's take a look. What can we find out about it? Syntropy. $32 million market cap. Pretty small. 71% of the coins is out. That ain't bad. Got an Ethereum address. I don't like that it only has an Ethereum address. You can't get it on KuCoin, Bancor, Gate.io, Galaxy. It's okay. Designed to solve issues prevailing in the current internet framework, including security, privacy, governance, surveillance, reality, and infectability. Technology is rapidly decentralized. I don't know. I'm not too... I don't know. It doesn't really get me going. Because the thing is, like, I could write this paragraph right now and be like, the Sam coin, right? Watch this. If you can just take your name of your coin and then watch this. Sam coin is designed to solve issues prevailing in the current internet framework, including security, prevailing... You know what I mean? The Sam coin launched, blah, blah, blah. The technology is rapidly decentralized, but all decentralized still requires the public internet. Unfortunately, the internet today is highly decentralized, providing true blah, blah, blah. Samcoin decentralized that at its core without sacrificing compatibility with current... it's like... It writes a great story that you could put any coin's name in there. It's different than, let's say, pre-search. Pre-search, an actual search engine where you can go to pre-search today and look at the utility. This coin runs the pre-search search engine. Like, you can't just put Samcoin in there. Samcoin is not pre-search, But this is just an idea. Like, to me, this coin is just an idea. It hasn't really become anything. Very small market cap. So, tokenomics look okay. But, the coin itself, I don't know. It hasn't really proved itself to me. Okay. Trading-wise, fine. It could pump. Like, you have to remember, I think a lot of people don't understand me when it comes to coins. Like, I'll get into a coin and I'll trade it to trade it. Then I'll also get into a coin to trade it, but I'll also like the fundamentals. And I think people can't understand the difference between that with me. And so, I also might trade a coin that I don't care about the fundamentals at all, just because the chart looks good. And you'll never really know exactly when if you don't follow me all the time. And that could get confusing. But like NOIA, I see it coiling up, and it's likely to possibly make another big gain. I see it pulling back possibly first, to 4 cents before it makes a bigger move, How's ASTRADAO looking, and what are your thoughts on the coin Moonshine? ASTRADAO. I bought a little more of this coin. I added a little bit to my bag long term. Just when I heard Token Metrics say that they own that much of it. I mean, he has all the knowledge in the world and all the time. And he can look at any coin in the game, and he gets into this coin. So, I personally jumped into this, and it's up nicely. Shout out to anyone that jumped into ASTRADAO. We're up a nice 26% gains from when I first put it out to the trading group last night. All right. Thank you for mentioning that as I get to, see, I don't even come in here, getting ready to sport my game. Oh, I can't wait to show off my gains to everybody. Look, I even forget about them, and you guys mentioned them. Oh, yeah, by the way, like, remember when you gave me ASTRADAO last night? I think I put a space when I shouldn't have. But today at 1:24 in the morning, I was up at 1:20, one of the tokens with Metrics' biggest holdings. And I could see it right there, stop loss right there. You can see it never hit the stop loss and made gains of 26%. There's the before. There's your after for ASTRADAO, right? There's your before. And there's your after. Let's do that one more time, but let's do it on the right. I like to do this. Let me see if I can get this done here. Right like that. So I would have to go... Put it right like that. Make it a little bigger. Watch this. So there's your before. There's your after. There's your before. There's your after. I mean, since the entry, it's been up. And it looks like it's still going to continue up. The target's going for 65% gains. So I'm in ASTRADAO personally. Now I have a position in it. And I can't wait to see what happens. All right. And you can see right there, I'm buying ASTRADAO. Oh, at 16.29. We take a look at it now. If I were to sell all my ASTRADAO, have about almost $2,000, right? And it's now at 19, right? So not a huge gain. Let's see how much. Nice $400 gain overnight, right? And I just began the position. I mean, that's awesome to be up 25% and start the position. I'll take that any day of the week. right? ASTRADAO. So I'm always making gains. Sometimes I don't support all my gains or show them all, but I'm always making gains, finding ways to add to a gain, learning about gains, you know. Looks like it's going to pump on this 33-minute and just continue to moon. So I got ASTRADAO making more gains on this low volume weekend. Low liquidity. It's hot too. People are going to finally get their Friday pay. Oh yeah. Now they see that video. Oh yeah, that guy, he talked about ASTRADAO. Some people that don't even look at the charts at all will probably just add bags. And then people like me that are swing trading it. So I'm speculating on these long-term holders. I'm also, I'm also thinking about, oh wow, this could become a long-term hold as well. But right now I'm caught in a swing trade. Thank you, Moonshine, for the super chat for ASTRADAO. Turned it into kind of a nice little segue into a part of the live stream. Okay. So again, I should have talked about. I mean, I put it out to the trading group. We hit for 26% gains. I mean, that's beautiful. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. Thanks, man. It's a comic coin. TMG in it as well. Another 100 subs, 50,500. On our way to 50,006, really. Not that far away. I think we're like 598. Very, very close. Shout out to the likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 768 people on the live. 372 likes. $80 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. Shout out to all the beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We love you. We appreciate you. And we know you're awesome. Every single day on the live. Thank you for being here on the live. Arkham pumping all-time high. Interesting. If you want XNA, go to the live stream earlier today and type it on it. Filecoin. Yeah. BND from morning update. We're, XYO, BONK, NEXA, IAG, IMX, and JASMY. Wow, people going hard again. ASTRADAO, look, just hit 20. And look, this thing is, look at how it's curved in the stochastics. That tells me more is coming. Very likely it hits that target at 25. I'm personally in it already, but it is what it is. You do whatever makes you happy. All right. I do like to disclose, though, if I am in a coin. Makes me feel good. Because it's just like, hey, this is what's going on. And again, if a company ever hits me up, can you talk about us? I do not do paid for play. I don't do it. Make enough money on my education. I'm well known enough. I've helped enough people make gains with what I teach. I have a good reputation now, a legacy. I get to live that legacy now. There's nothing else. I don't need anything to ruin it, like taking money to shill a coin. So I don't shill coins. I like to shill my own stuff. All right. I like BingX because you can trade the S&P and Forex in the same place. Right. So I like BingX for that reason. And I like iTrust Capital because there's nowhere else where you could actually have an IRA and you could trade it tax-free. That's for someone that's, attempting to build some type of wealth for themselves long term. I mean, you can't beat that. So I like Filecoin's falling wedge. I like the oversold 33-minute. Been trading the 33-minute recently, seeing where this could go. Has a nice resistance right there. If it loses it, it's going to go lower, probably into this area, but I like what it's doing. And I could see Filecoin make another 15% gain. It's kind of, the coin to watch right now. It's been a while. So, and it seems like these file sharing coins are getting hot. Render, Filecoin, STORJ, things of that nature. That's a narrative, okay? That's a narrative. So I'd watch Filecoin on the 33-minute for a boom out this falling wedge to the upside. I really would. It looks nice. I've seen this exact setup looking the exact way it does pump many, 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 many times in my life. But, no guarantees, but I've seen it pump many times. Am I really back again? Isn't it crazy, like, how much we live stream together? Do you ever think it's insane? Are you ever like, how is this guy? Is he back again? 773 people on the live, 391 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. $42,091 right back up after that liquidity grab. I told you, be careful on these weekends. They're just going after people that are over leveraged. You know what I mean? Just going after the over leveraged people, making it happen. All right. Shout out to the 1,000 people hanging. Shout out to all the lifers around the world. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you for your awesome loyalty and for watching the show every single day. We can't believe it. Me and my staff and my entire team, the Dream Makers, I call them, not even my staff, but me and the Dream Makers, we appreciate you all and we love you more than you would ever know. And I use the word love probably a few hundred times a day. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. If you live in love, you highly likely you'll be living in gratitude. If you live in gratitude, you won't be jealous, you won't be in fear, and you won't be in pain. You know, it will eradicate a lot of the other nonsense that goes on in your life. I see this as an Adam and Eve making a move all the way to 45750. That's a 230% gain. It's going to take its time. Might take 2-3 weeks, might take 2 months. But I see PawnCoin eventually making a move to the upside. But, you know, I'm not that excited about it. All right. But it could do numbers. I think there's better out there, though, and things that we're trading. All right. BNT, an oldie but goodie, Bancor, had that huge run up to the upside. I mean, that was insane. Then it got sold off. Now it's kind of just like, it's hard to tell because it's in a funky pattern. You know, you almost have to negate the fact that it pumped and just let this kind of be the new pattern. Which I'm not always a fan of. Like that, you know, I like really good, traditional, solid patterns. Also, if you used the fib on this, it would almost be impossible to like really see the right fib because the wick is just too out of control. Almost a descending triangle. So I don't know. There's better out here. For me, I'd put a resistance line. And I'd say, okay, you break above this. And then and then you show me some type of falling wedge flag and you do some type of cup and handle. And it looks like it may be Adam and Eve double bottoming here. And it's retesting previous support as resistance. But not my favorite coin, not my favorite setup. So much better out here, in my humble opinion. But like everything, I feel like anything you grab right now and have the guts to hold for 2 months, you're going to be in the gains. How much is the question? Whether 2x, I think you got almost a guaranteed 1x. I mean, nothing's a guarantee. You never know. But in my mind, how I look at it, I see basically almost a gimme of a 1x to a 2x on anything I buy right now and hold for 2 months. You know, most people don't have that, you know. Bitcoin will top at 78K, not the golden egg people are wanting. You never know what Bitcoin's going to top out at. But I definitely think it'll top out lower than higher too. You know, it just makes sense. There's more liquidity coming into the market, but more liquidity getting gobbled up by altcoins. More liquidity going, you know, to other places. So, you know, every year there's another new type of technology, another new, like for instance, we started with gaming and DeFi. That was awesome, right? And that took a little money in market share because there was more coins that came out. You know, then we had, you know, now we have gaming, DeFi, Web3, ZK roll up. Like, it just, you know, DAGs. It doesn't end, you know, and each of them has their place, right? I'd watch this for even more of a pullback. I mean, the daily suggests you pump. And that's an Adam and Eve double bottom. Definitely looks like it bottomed here, but not my favorite coin too. This coin takes forever to pump. I remember sitting in a swing trade even when the market was better and it took forever. You'd have to believe in this, hold it long term, and then just wait. You know, really boring coin to trade personally. I've swing traded a few times. Took forever for me to get my money. You know, I'm still in a swing trade from last Christmas personally. You know, I mean, it just, you know. I mean, that's XYO in a nutshell. I think the project's great. I think it could do numbers. It's definitely something if you hold for 2-3 years or probably 10 to 20x. But I think there's better swing trades out there and there's better coins out there. You know, I'm just being honest. You know, I don't mean to be rude. I hate to be brutally honest if I have to be. So BONK. What you want to do when you look at BONK, right, is look at the biggest time frame. So take a look at the daily, all right? Daily is very overbought and away from the 21. Whenever something gets this hot and away from the 21, it has to cool off. You know, it really does. You know, RSI has got a bit of bearish div as this swings down, but that swings to the upside. You got bearish divergence on the RSI. So to me, you're coming back down likely on the 2-day and the daily to the 200 SMA, to the 21 SMA. This screams, hey, I want to come back down to the 21. Now, if you're lucky and you're super bullish, you'll get more lateral price action, more sideways price action, than more lateral downward price action. That's just what's likely, you know, so you'll get a sideways behavior. If you get sideways behavior, you're more likely to get the play, and we'll swing it. Just that's why I swung this one here. When I swung it with everyone, I've been waiting for the sideways price action. I didn't chase pump. I waited for price action to come to me, and I took the setup that I go for, and we executed. And that's the same thing when I give you guys a setup or I give you guys something to look at. I'm attempting to put you ahead of the game so you can execute at the right time. You know, that's why it's not a signals group. That's why it's not buy right now. Some of them are buy right now. That's how it happens to be, right? When I look at it, that is the buy zone. But I want you to be able to prepare these for yourself, understand what's happening, set it up, wait for the setup to play out, and then only trade the setups that come to you. Mentality. Once you have a system, then you have to have a system that works with the way you think about it too. Like, you actually have to become the system. All right. I'm going to give you a coin that's going to pump because the ecosystem soon in a second too. Has something to do with Jitto. Osmo, Jitto. How many feet was your sailboat that you mentioned in the previous story about breaking down in the ocean? I told my brother about the story when you tried to lift the sail out of the water. The sailboat was about a 22-foot Catalina. Now I have a 25-foot Catalina, 3 foot longer. And just, it's a 2000. That one was like a 78. Yeah. So I'd look for BONK to come back down. I'd pull a fib 2 from wick to wick. And I'd be waiting for this golden pocket 786 for a pullback. Now we could go sideways. Either could happen. And I'd wait for the stochastics to reset. And I really wouldn't look at BONK again. You know, you could play with the smaller time frames and get pulled in by this falling wedge. And there's a chance that that's, you know. So get rid of these two ideas. They're speculative ideas. So here's the conundrum of a trader. Do you live in the small world of the 30 and attempt to swing this falling wedge? Or do you remind yourself where you are in the daily? And there's two mindsets. And I've done both. You know what I mean? And I used to go at the smaller time frames. And now when the daily's cooked, I just move on to another coin when the daily isn't cooked. Because the odds of me making... And I can see the 30-second setup on two coins right now that look just like this. One could have a high daily, one could have a low daily. The low daily is going to be the better one to take. Not every time. One could get stopped out and one could pump. You know, I'm just saying. But I always play the probability for myself, right? I'm always looking at the bigger time frame as opposed to the smaller time frame. If I do see this is a 786 retracement though on the 30 minute, right? So there's a chance you could take a really risky trade right here for BONK. And go for, 110%. I mean, it is a lot of gain for the risk. So it's almost worth it. If that was 10 or 20%, I'd say it wasn't worth it. But there's a possibility of doubling up for taking the risk. Right? But these are the questions you have to ask yourself, and if what your risk tolerance is. All right. Hey Lifer, what's your number one alt pick? You rock. My number one alt pick, I mean, besides Bitcoin, which isn't an altcoin, I guess. So I'd have to say I got two, I guess. My number one risky one that anything could happen to, but seems to have the backing. And shout out to the third super chat on a live stream. Dad and 4 Explorer, we love you. We appreciate you with the 199 pound. Thank you for jumping on in and sending a super chat to the show. We appreciate you for doing that. I would have to say GFAL, honestly. Games for a living. Just because it's so low. No one really knows about it. Right? It's got a great team. It's got a name behind it that's doxed. It's got Trip Hawkins that already made gains before in his life. So you know that he's going to do everything he can to try to, accomplish success with the coin. And it's got a really low market cap. And there's still time for it to probably 50x. For the people that get in when I did, we could probably 100x. You know what I mean? I joined the trading group today with gains that I made from watching your show. SNEK, please. God bless you, man. Thank you for jumping on in. We appreciate you. And I want to talk about Tap Tools. It's been open since this morning. And that's where you could find SNEK. And you get a NIME wallet and get yourself into SNEK. The last time we looked at SNEK was right here. And I said it's got a falling wedge. Look for it to do one of two things. It went to the sideways wedge. And then I made the move. And it went to the target and some for SNEK. Now, SNEK is out of control at this point. You would think a bigger pullback would be coming for SNEK. If we delete all my old work, let's look at SNEK on like a daily time frame. And here, if you need indicators, you just type in RSI and you can, not RDI, RSI. And you can add the relative and the Stokes, which is all I really need on the bigger time frame. And then I just type in MA. I grab two of those. And then I just need like the 21. And this is all I need to trade, quite accurately. And then I need the 200. And so like anywhere I am, you give me a free software, I can make it happen. I don't need a program. I don't need my indicators. And that's the thing, man. You want to be able to be free too. I want you to be versatile. And so this, you know, to me, SNEK has to start coming back down to the 21 SMA on the daily. Once it does that, to me, it will have a nice, idea of a nicer move up. So I'm looking for SNEK to come back down to the 618. The triple twos really is where I would start to think, get it. Now, it can't, of course, this may not occur. It may just continue out of control. Could flag out here, but it's starting to make the lower lows and it's starting to downtrend in my humble opinion. And so I would wait for the daily to reset. See, people get caught up on the smaller time frames too much and they keep getting chewed up and they don't know why. It's because you're basically going against a daily downtrend, And again, I could be wrong. SNEK could probably double up. It's a very small coin, so it could just rip to the upside, but you would expect it to come back down to this 21 before it rips again. All right. Welcome to the 99 Trading Group family, PT. We look forward to seeing you there. Shout out to Paper Toast. Shout out to Love Learning, GF Perk, and all the Blue Crew, and everybody that makes the show happen. We appreciate you. I used Tap Tools and Min Swap this morning. Had to get some ADA. Love Cardano ecosystem. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. We love you, man. Jumping on in. Amen. I mean, I've been in Cardano since 2 cents, and I'm going to sell at $5 this time and make myself a 250x and ride off into the sunset. It would have taken 5 years. That will be 50x a year for 5 years straight. I mean, that's going to be a pretty sweet ride for a coin that people said was boring and didn't do anything, which you can even say it did. And that's what's amazing about crypto. Even a coin that's really boring and did nothing, Be careful of this BONK. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Be careful of this. I'd be very, very wary trading BONK at these high levels on the bigger time frames. NEXA low cap gem that could go to zero. Remember this. Go to absolute zero. High speculation on coins. Only put in what I'm willing to lose and see what happens here when I jumped into NEXA. I want to make that very, very clear. Had a little bit of a quick little narrative that may have fizzled off. May have bought the end of a narrative here with NEXA. It is sitting at that 786, but it's getting lower and just getting sold without much of a buzz, and it's losing a key resistance area. You'd think NEXA might even drop all the way back down to 6881. NEXA could go to zero and turn into nothing. All right. I just want to make that clear. All right. It really could. That is a very, very low cap, let's see what happens type of gem. IAG Yagon. I don't know anything about it. IAG Yagon. Okay, it's got a small, not much of the circulating supply, $74 million market cap. It's got a Cardano address. That's interesting. We just added 4 amazing minds to our crew. 2 devs are working on several things in parallel, still under the wraps. Stay curious. Is a shared storage economy that bridges decentralizing compliance for Web3. Shared storage is a really hard structuralized section to tackle. It's not easy. The coins that have been trying to do it for a long time haven't gone too far. Sia coin, for instance, which even had masterminds from MIT, really never pulled it off and never got the love. I'm weary of these coins. Unless there's a big enough narrative and has enough of its community, like Render already has kind of like a buzz for it, Just want one chance at 20x with $100 on it. That would be life changing. Pickle Rick, you will get it. I'm telling you right now, you will get it. All right. So I'd be careful of this coin. I don't know much about it. It is on MinSwap. I like that it has something to do with Cardano. That's the only thing that gets me a little excited. All right. And it may be the only thing of its nature in Cardano. All right. And I believe we can go to Tap Tools with that address. We should be able to go to Tap Tools and search the address here. Right? No results. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's on Gate.io. And I had it up. I'm not saying I didn't have it up. I'm just saying, you know. Near starting that move already. I mean, this thing ripped 8 cents to 22. The daily says it could continue to go. The 22. So honestly, whatever buzz is going for this thing looks like it may be like the next SNEK. Like people may just be like, you know, it's Cardano. And so I see it. It is attempting to rip to 31. So you got what, like a 48% gain coming, something like that? 46.4%. That looks like it's likely going to continue to look at this momentum on the stochastics. The 12 hours sees nothing stopping it. And it's in price discovery, right? So we'll take a look at Mutable X here. Same thing with the Mutable X. It's like, you know, just consolidating. It's making this ascending triangle. Now, if Bitcoin dumps really bad, it'll take every coin down. You know, some coins will actually stay strong. It will depend, but most coins will take it. Even if they take a hit, they'll take a slight hit. Just like that last pullback. It'll bounce back pretty fast, but they'll still take a slight hit. I still see this thing making gains, though. The 4 hours doing its thing, you know. This thing really hasn't slowed down. Just watch for it to consolidate. As long as it keeps consolidating, after a huge pump, all you need is consolidation for like 4 or 5 days, and then so likely you can swing it again. You know, and I'm the king of these swing trades. These little 45%, 30%, 100% gains, they're awesome. They are awesome. All right. So that's why I just put alerts here. I set 20 of these traps, and like if 5 of them hit, if the alert hits and we're still, you know, so I basically can go over 30 of these coins, set alerts like this. If 22 of the coins just start to drop and go down, and when the alert hits, they're down here. But if 5 of them, the alert hits and we're sideways, then I trade those 5. And then I even break down maybe 2 of the best. And that way I'm trading 2 of the best 30 setups that I found and the ones that went in my way, in my favor. That's why I like using alerts. Alerts put me into what I want to be into. And I keep pushing. And it's a mentality. And again, you also have to have control of your emotions, because if your emotions are controlling you, you're going to do whatever green candle's in front of you, whatever you see happening, you're just going to be running around. Chase. You know. So we see JASMY headed up. It's already up from when we first put it out. It's now in a flag, oversold in the 4 hour, and likely going to continue. JASMY is very likely going to hit the target that I set for it at 007497. It's only a matter of time. All right. What's up, Sam? John Crispala, we love you. Quick question in the Golden Cross. Why do I find more often than not getting the pump when the 20 IM crosses the 200 as opposed to the 50? Because when the 50 crosses the 200, it has already happened. It's a latent indicator. You know, we don't trade that. We front run it. And so if you front run the Golden Cross, what is front running a Golden Cross? The 21 cross. So look, let's talk about it. Right here, the 50 crossed the 200 SMA. By that time, price action had already pumped. It's a latent indicator. Had you got in when the 21 pumped, you would have gotten even earlier. So I front run the 21 crossing the 200 all the time. And I teach my students this all the time. You're picking up life revision. Shout out to John Kispala, man. You're saying you're picking up exactly what I put down all the time. Amen. Amen. I love that. Thank you so much for that super chat. That was eye-opening for people that are listening. And it says that you're paying attention to what I found out over time. And really, that's how the saw starts. You start noticing these differences that other people don't see because you're spending the time in the charts, right? Kava, I saw you visit the booth live. Yeah, the Kava booth. I went over there. Alerts definitely saved me from FOMOing in. Exactly. Smash the like. Lifer, this music is banging. Love it. Thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. My mom loved me, so I love you. And may God bless my mom, man. She was such an awesome person. I think about her every second of the day. I still can't believe she was like, you know, we were all focused on my dad's death, getting over my dad's death, and like talking about my dad's death and how we all felt about it, and you know, how we had to push forward and how my mom was struggling and how it all made sense that like when she died, it was all just, we were all just like we were in a state of complete shock. Like, what? You know, now we have to talk about your death now too, and his death at the same time. Like, I thought we just needed one death at a time. Like, this is getting crazy. And it is pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy, you know. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Now I just have to deal with it. Some days I'm in shock. I don't believe it. Other days I I realize what it is. And no matter what, I don't let the grief overtake me. I know that I still have to be the happy-go-lucky guy that I've always been, right? I'm looking at STX breaking out. I have a lot of coins that look interesting to me. I like to share a few with each and every one of you just to be nice, but I don't like to give away the bag. EPIK losing the beautiful, see these beautiful setups, man. And that's why I love my alert system, because it keeps me from getting into a trade before I have to. That's why everyone thinks the alert is buy now. No, the alert is just telling me to go back and observe. That's all. That's all it's telling me. It's effed up thing. So sorry for your loss. Shout out to Crypto Plumber, man. We love you. It's true. Love your mom. Have for your dad and wanted to be with him. She really did miss my dad. She as much as she loved her kids, and she was like, that was her, like, she did everything for him, and she was there for him no matter what, through thick and thin. God will bless her for everything she did for her husband. She was the most loyal wife to her husband. From her first moment she said I do to her dying day. You know, I just find your stream and absolutely love the vibe, and you explain everything. Thank you. Shout out to Big Wick Energy. Big Wick Energy, you've been around a long time, man. I just find your stream. I've heard either that or we have another Big Wick Energy. You can't be you. You see my stream all the time. Are you joshing me? Are you trolling me right now? Because there's a Big Wick Energy. We know you. You've been around for years. I could be wrong. Haven't been here for a while, but glad to be back. Agreed. Lifer is one of a kind. Shout out to Theta and Hex. Hold the huddle hands. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to the Lifer. No. Yeah, there was another Big Wick Energy guy. Hi, new here. Shout out to After Hours Investing. We love you that you're new. Thank you for becoming a green guy your first day. What a perfect cup in a yearly chart, man. Please. On the yearly chart, man, please. Yeah. Big Wick OG around the crypto space. He's a candles guy. Been here 2 months since and haven't missed a stream. Amen. He swings the Big Wick around. A0's been hot too, just ripping to the upside. What's going to be hot tomorrow is the question. I mean, MATIC getting very tight. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow night into Monday, this is telling me that it's going to be MATIC week next week. And when MATIC's ripping up to 132 and people say, we didn't know. Say, well, you would have had the setup in the trading group and you would have been all over it. Dimitra, another oldie but goodie that we like to hold back in the day. And man, I bombarded my students and my trading group with coins this week. Like, they had so many coins to sort over. It's ridiculous. And it's been a rally upon rallies. BONK really was the one, though. We all took BONK for a nice run. Even Leighton, like, we bought it late and took it for a run, you know. But I'm watching DMTR. Again, I'm waiting for it. Now, it consolidates, it goes to the trading group. It doesn't consolidate, it gets passed off. There's something better, it doesn't go. You know, I only give the best to my students and to my peoples. All right. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. How's your bandwidth, brother? Any appetite for a discussion? Funny. I just read my bandwidth is just, I never know what that means or where that's going. I always, you know, when people want to do business with me now, it's funny. When you're at a, this is going to be, I don't know if this sounds pompous, but, and I see JASMY look, it's just continuing to rip. But here's the thing, when you start at one level, like when you first start out, you have 5,000 subs, you don't have an agent, you're yourself, you're out there in the world, and you actually network to everyone you meet, and you put them in your phone, and you know, and eventually you get real big, and you know, you can't really use your phone anymore because you're too busy. So, you know, your wife acts like a liaison, and she takes phone calls, or she'll take an email. Then eventually you have a team, and your team sees where you're going, and we start mapping out your trajectory, and you're the company, you know, and then like we have a whole plan of where we're going for the next year, and we already kind of know, we have a plan, and like we don't really, you know, of course we're going to bring different things in, but we already have a plan. We're kind of set on our trajectory. And so then I'll meet people like, do you have a moment to chat? And I'm just like, you can chat to my team. My team will talk to you. And if my team finds out that there's a way that we can implement you in the path that we're going, But if I just took every single meeting at me, I would waste so much time. And so I'm at the time where, like, I'd rather, if someone has an idea, I send it to my team. And my team goes over it for me, and then they bring it to me. Every once in a while, I bring something. But when I do that, I usually waste time, and I usually, you know, get us off of topic. And my team's like, Sam, focus on what we need to get done. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So, anyway. And then people think you're rude at that point, but they can't see it from your perspective because they've, you know, their life has never gotten that busy. But if your life gets out of control to the point where it is just literally, it's moving so fast that you have to keep up with your own life, then you would know exactly what I'm talking about. And it sounds pompous, I guess, but it just gets crazy, you know. Much love to everyone. Super chats, ALGO ran. Looking forward to your upcoming Saturday class. You're the best lifer. The last Saturday of every month. Jump on in today, all right? And that class is going to be the 30th of December because that's going to be the last Saturday. So almost at the end of the year. We're going to end the year so beautifully. Her passing must be a sign that they were truly inseparable. That's how, I mean, that's another beautiful way in which I look at it. And they really were, though. You know, she met him when she was 21, and she wasn't basically going to live a moment without him, no matter what. That was it. You know, that was it. So ALGO basically retesting on the 1 hour. See if it can get the bounce back to the upside. This would be a textbook retest with a nice bounce. I see ALGO headed to 58, 60 actually, 60, 55. You know. And ALGO was a late bloomer compared to the rest of the market, but finally got some love. Finally got a little bit of a pumpage. Finally one of the coins that got a little bit of love in there, right? Ooh, and what do I see for ALGO? Look at this. I mean, it's just making this symmetrical triangle, right? It does have a huge pull if it can break on out. And I mean, everything is more bullish. And especially if it has, like, a lot of things have made this pump already. Now they're kind of finding their way. ALGO's about to make that pump. 28 cents is the next pump. Just watch for it to consolidate. Yet again, that same idea. I set up the parameter before it happens. I project into the projection. If price action falls through to the projection, it's ready to go. You're amazing. Always dressed and well produced. Best content. Soon 100,000 subs. Thank you, Alien Guru. We love you. We appreciate you. Mr. Live RC PNG is a great play due to its low market cap, 20 plus million, only 197 total supply. Also in the AVAX ecosystem. What do you think? I've never heard about it. I don't know about it. You may have just given us a hot coin, and that's why I'm always willing to listen, and I'm open-minded. PNG. And we find new coins on every live stream I'm on. Pangolin. I remember Pangolin. Yeah, it was hot. 23 million. I remember this. I remember Pangolin now. On the C chain, on Avalanche C chain, right? I remember I'm well versed in DeFi too, which gives me an edge against a lot of the other guys that do, you know, technical analysis, because they just do TA and stuff, but they can't really understand why or what's happening. I can figure out, you know, if something's got TVL, if people are getting in, if it's got a better ecosystem, it's moving faster. Why is something, you know, I mean, you might be spot on here. This is getting a pump, and it really hasn't gotten the clutch move yet. And AVAX is going to take off. I believe you're planning a plan that makes sense to me. And I'm in on it with you. I mean, that looks 70. Yeah, I believe Pangolin, a month from now, I believe Pangolin will be a lot higher. I think you're spot on with that. Yeah. Do you have a green screen behind you? None of your business. How's that? I mean, I might. I'm just, Sam, can you give I'm just joking around. Can you give the website of the YouTube chartist of the year? Thank you. Does your team ever look at Turbo? Yes, we've looked at it many times. And actually, we found out when it first came out, it was like an artist that was struggling, and he did something, you know. Please let us know your thoughts on STORJ. Big pump. STORJ is hot. Just got here late. I'm in STORJ too early. Needs to break 107, I think. Love the show. Interesting. And everyone, with that, I'm out of here for the night. 9:38. I don't want to be too long on a Saturday night, and I gotta leave you guys wanting more. You know what I mean? I gotta leave you wanting more. 42,010 Bitcoin holding, pretty flat. I gave you my prediction for where we likely will be tomorrow when I show up on the live stream. We'll go over that real quick, but it's this green box. I believe we break back out, we go sideways, and actually I'm going to change my prediction as we're kind of more, I believe we're somewhere more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. Move it over a little bit. I believe we're in this, we just kind of really do nothing tonight and go somewhat sideways. We hang out between 41.8 and 42.100 and just bounce around and go sideways for the night. I don't see any crazy price action. I see us getting tighter and tighter, though, and that means a big move is coming for Bitcoin. By the weekly candle or by Monday afternoon, Bitcoin's going to have to pick a direction here. It's getting tighter and tighter in the zone. We were one of the first people to find this chart before it ever happened, remember? And we found the hidden bullish divergence. We started to show the bounce, and only time will tell. Thank you for the gift in the memberships, Vitality B. That's super nice. And Jennifer jumped in. Ronaldo jumped in. Offneer jumped in. Moonshine, John Poloni, and Tree City West. Shout out to everyone that jumped on in. West, Salvador, we love you too. We appreciate you. Crypto Billy, love is the strongest frequency in the house. Amen. Amen. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. Hats off to you. Drink your lemon water. Stay focused. Stay hydrated. Stay disciplined. Stay rich. I'll see you all tomorrow on another beautiful update in the morning and another beautiful weekly candle close. Everyone, I love you. Stay Jack, too. Stay Diesel. Stay Crypto Billy, man. Stay. Giver's gain, baby. Giver's gain. I love you all. Thank you for each and every one of you being here. From my family to yours. From the Crypto Lifer team, from mine. From everyone here that made this show awesome. To all the sponsors. To everyone that made it happen. To the engineers. To the team that does all the artwork. To the producers of my show. Jamie, Sean, my wife, and everybody. May God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for sharing your most precious asset, which is your time. Over and out. Lifer loves you all. Really, gratitude. I have so much gratitude. Thank you so much for tonight. What a blessing today was. Amen.